called me about a month ago, and she said, Tammy, I need your help. I need some advice. By the way, everybody here is always able to get to me, okay? Text message, phone, sometimes it may take a little while, but I'm accessible, okay? So she calls me up, texts me. Tammy, I need your advice. I got something going on. She had purchased a note, okay? Everybody here know what a note is. Anybody here not know what a note is? It's okay if you don't. I want you to know what it is. If you don't know, raise your hand. Let me explain what it is real quick. I'll let you explain what a note is.
A note's basically the mortgage document that it's like you being a bank. You now own the mortgage that the owner has to pay you.
So it's when a property goes into foreclosure, the bank now takes it back. The bank is holding these documents, but the bank's not in the real estate business. They don't want these documents, so they're going to sell the note to an investor for a discounted price. Make sense? So she bought an asset, a single-family home in Ohio. One single-family home in Ohio. Don't ever buy one single-family home where it is more than an hour for you to get to because of this, okay? One single-family home, but it was a good deal. She was excited. At that time, nobody could have probably talked her out of doing it because it's something she had to experience at that time in her life. What did you pay for it?
$17,000.
$17,000 for the notes. And it was assessed at what?
The property was, the value was $33,000.
$33,000. So she's thinking she's getting it for double what the assessed value is, right? But you did it sight unseen. Right? Never, ever, 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 did I say ever, buy a property sight unseen? Anybody else ever bought a property sight unseen? I know of 4 people that took very high level, I will not say the name, very high level, high dollar coaching classes where they were instructed and coached when the market was crashing in Detroit for turnkey with tenants in it, totally renovated, sight unseen. Okay? Every one of them I know that did that ended up filing bankruptcy. They lost everything. Okay? I went and sat in bankruptcy with a friend of mine who also was a single mom, and it was absolutely devastating. She's a school teacher. Her entire life savings gone. Okay? You have to know the asset that you are buying. You have to. So it's in Ohio. How far away?
Youngstown.
5
hours.
5 hours. So were you able to just get there in a quick snap?
Well, I didn't realize that it was so close at first because I was going to do all this long distance, and after all, you could do everything long distance.
Right.
Right? That's what they say. That's what they say.
Everything. Everything
You can do everything long distance. But then I find out that the lawyer that I hired to do the foreclosure actually lives 6 hours from the property, and I have to start calling him weekly so he'll move ahead on the foreclosure. Foreclosure takes 2 years. And then the foreclosure, I get the judgment in the foreclosure, but they're so backed up on foreclosures in the county that the sheriff's sale takes 8 more months. So I can't even get into the property for 2 years after I've initiated.
So you just threw away $17,000.
I threw $17,000 plus another 10 going through a foreclosure, paying an attorney over and over and over, and oh, you need another form, you need another form, and another form.
So now we're 27 in.
And on all the back taxes, we're 29 in.
We're 29 in.
All the back taxes.
And in a year, 29,000 and 1 year.
Yeah,
right?
in about a year and a half.
Right.
And paying somebody to go and buy and mow the lawn every week so you don't get the ticket from the county. Because they're going to charge $150 to mow the lawn.
City's going to come after you.
That's right.
So after all of that,
I finally get into the house.
right.
And there had been a roof leak. And the roof was caved in. The ceiling was caved in the living room.
So now we had total mold
And now we got mold throughout the whole house.
and a roof cave.
So I had people going by and telling me this. These are people I found in Angie's List. Great tradesmen, but the reason they advertise in the Angie's List is because they can charge premium prices. And I am vines growing up all over the house. And I have people going by, tradesmen, electricians that call me and chew me out. how dare you have me go buy a house like that? I've got better things to do with my time than that. But you can do all this long distance. I can't even find people to fix it.
Because all the others out there say that you can do this.
And I can do this. So I finally look it up on the map and I think, oh, it's 5 hours. I'm gonna drive up there and look at it. So I drive up there the first weekend about 6 weeks ago, and I actually start meeting people. I meet the neighbor who's really nice, who's also in construction, but he says, oh, I won't touch that house. But I start meeting other tradespeople who come in and give me estimates because I'm there on the.
And that's when we talked.
That's
Because
right.
you said, I went to see the house.
That's right.
I'm gonna need to put 70,000 at least into it,
And it will be worth 55.
and it will be worth 55. What should I do?
After I've already put 30 into it, and I need to put another 70 in.
And I said, run, run, sell it, wholesale it, get rid of it. And she was like, but, I said, get rid of it. You don't need it. You've already said you want to do multi-unit. You've already said that you want to retire in Florida. Why would you stay and lock yourself up on one single family home that's going to go upside down? Ditch it.
Because I might get $600 a month in rent. When it's all
Exactly.
fixed out.
So, but she was all up in her head, right? Because she's a big IT girl, and big IT people sometimes get all up in their head, right? They know, and she knows I'm picking on her because she knows I love her to death. But now we're working together and we're going to do things. So she comes in tonight so excited. I mean, like her feet were off the floor excited.
I'm very happy. Because I go up to the house again, and this time my husband feels sorry for me. Instead of chastising me for all the stupid things I've done, the money I've spent, he goes with me. And I said, look, I can't even sell the house to anybody because the mold is so bad, I can't even get contractors to go look at it.
So you're making assumptions.
I'm making assumptions.
You're making assumptions.
So I call the realtor and she says, I'll list it for $19,000. By the time I take out all my fees, you'll get 14 out of it probably. And I'm a realtor, so I understand all that. So I said, I can fix this thing. It's only a little 2-bedroom house. So, in the meantime, I go ahead and have a new roof put on. I find somebody to put a roof on.
Oh, lovely.
The roof is beautiful.
I didn't know you spent that much.
Oh, yeah.
So what'd you spend on a new roof?
$5,000.
Oh, good God.
So I take my husband out and he garbs up and all the mold stuff, and I garb up, and we find a couple of kids and garb up, and they charge me a fee because after all, this is all radioactive, And they start hauling stuff out, and we're filling this 40-yard dumpster because I'm thinking I can't even sell this thing unless it looks better.
Now, this was just last weekend,
This
right?
is a weekend.
Is that why there was
Sunday.
a glow around your head?
That's right, because it's just.
You fellas have it.
When you're in a moldy house, but I got a fogger, I went got chemicals, I fogged all the mold, I was gonna do it. And as we're
Have
going.
any of you ever been in that place? I'm gonna do this.
I can
Right?
do this.
I'm gonna fix this.
I
I'm gonna make it work. I'm gonna take this this round peg and force it into this square hole.
And so I saw my husband working so hard, and all we want to do is move to Florida. And Saturday night, I said, I'm done. That's it. We were going to stay till Tuesday, and we were going to finish this thing and make it. But we sat down, and he said, okay, get my iPad out. How much is left? $70,000. All the people that came in today and looked, added all up, $70,000. I said, I'm done. Not another dime on this house. I'm done. We are going to get rid of this house. Stop what we're doing. We went back Sunday. We kind of cleaned up some things, did some lessons, vacuumed up the lead paint chips that had been, sprayed all over the place, so that the city didn't come by and fine us $37,000.
Nobody gets hurt that.
Whatever you have to do.
That's how we learn. It's okay. Go
That's
ahead.
how you do it. And then I got back on Monday and I called the neighbor to come over and I said, I'm selling the house. Are you interested? He said, how much? I said, $12,000. He said, I'll give you 10. He said, let me go look at it tomorrow. He calls me an hour later, says, I went and looked, I'll give you 10. And we'll close on it in 2 weeks. I'll pay all the costs. And I said, I want 11. He said, done. And I am done. That house is sold. And you know what the biggest lesson is? I was telling you this earlier. The biggest lesson is not all the foolish things they did. Because I know it. I spent so much money for courses. I've been a realtor for years. I should know it. The biggest lesson is sometimes people just want a house gone. And they want to sell it. And I've got to stop as an investor saying, oh, they might not want to sell that house, and I don't want to be disrespectful by offering them less than what they really want, and they don't really want to sell to me, because sometimes people are just done, and they want the house gone, and they don't care how much they lose, they're done with it.
But until she, did you see done?
Done.
Done,
Yeah.
right, done.